This series started as a joke in 2006, and the Thunder Force was part of the Thunder and Lightning. The two shoes were up for grabs exclusively at Jumpman23.com, which now, when you type that in, it leads you to the Nike.com website. Both trainers came with a pretty sizable price tag, thanks to some accompanying apparel, making them among the highest priced Air Jordan retro releases ever. Both the Lightning 4 and the Yellow Thunders were significant in the fact that these colours never saw Michael Jordan's feet or the core. Yet, it fetched such a high price and was so sought after. Come 2022, Nike released the Red Thunders, inspired by the Chicago Bulls. This colourway was a hit and currently still hitting the £750 mark on some resale sites in some sizes. On August the 24th, Nike decided to bring out and complete the trilogy and brought out the Air Jordan White Thunders. We've probably seen tons of videos or tons of reviews on this particular trainer, but I'm going to give you my take. Okay, I'm going to start off with the price. The price is £190 in the UK, over $200 in the US. Now the question is it worth it? We'll get to that. We'll get to that later on. But let's start with the fundamentals of this trainer. Colorway, black and white, which is quite simple. And you can see that the majority of the black is on the upper, and you can see some around the midsole, and then the outsole, and then you have the white, which is the net area, midsole, Jordan at the back, flight logo on the tongue, and then you got spots of it on the outsole. So that's quite simple. In terms of the comfort is typical of the Air Jordan. Now, some people say that Air Jordan 4s are probably the worst Air Jordans that you could buy in terms of comfort. But in my opinion, since the 2013, because I've got the breads, and I've got the canvas, and I believe that there's been a change in the pattern or in the shape, because I feel more comfortable in the canvas than the breads. The breads, I do have that issue around the front part of the toe box. Is it a daily? Maybe not. Is it for wide footers? Maybe not. You might have to size up half a size. Now let's take a look, or let's talk about what Nike has done here. This is the 35th anniversary of the Air Jordan 4s, so it's quite smart. And then what did they do? Similar to what they done in 2006. Remember, Thunder series are Jordans that have never been touched by Michael Jordan. And guess what? On the 35th anniversary, they brought out a colorway. In terms of the colorway, they could have gone blue, they could have gone, you know, that could relate to their UNCs. They could have done something like that, but they went white. Why do you think they went white? In my opinion, they wanted to have mass appeal, and this is probably a link to where things are at this moment in time. Now with fashion trend, well, going with a minimalistic trend, and what I mean by that, things that are quite simple. You know me, Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. It's all about that. They could have went down the Air Jordan Black Cat route, but they didn't. They went with the white, which is a new colorway, never been seen in this color ratio in the Thunder series or in Air Jordan series. Something else which I found interesting about this sneaker is the size run. So we got babies, we got infants, we got kids, and we got adults. This could be something that Nike is doing in order to capture the younger audience, to bring them into the sneaker culture. So let's touch on how this trainer was perceived before it was released.
I wouldn't be surprised if these shoes actually sit.
You guys, I was told that these things were going to sit, and they was never gonna move.
On August the 24th, on that 8 a.m. release time, basically, sneakers app, most of the platforms that were selling it, so JD Sports, Foot Locker, Nike sneaker apps itself, Offspring, there was quite a few of them size. It was tough to get these sneakers because a lot of people were on it straight away because they could see the potential in this sneaker. I was from 8 a.m. Even before that, I was ready to go and I immediately pressed the buy button to get this and I couldn't get through. It just constantly saying error on the sneakers app. So I don't know if that is because of the way the sneaker apps work. I don't know if there's some sort of way it prioritized, but I couldn't get it at the time. I ended up getting it from Offspring, so I shout out to them. Their way of doing things was a bit better in the sense that you can't hold on to a trainer for a long period of time. If you don't purchase it, if it doesn't go through, then it will release it back for the rest to pick up. So I thought that was quite good. But this is a testimony to the fact that actually don't listen to anyone. You know, if you like something, you will go for it. When people say things are sitting, don't listen to them, it's their opinion. When I opened the sneaker and I looked at it and I thought, actually, this is nothing special in the sense that I haven't got an overwhelming feeling that this is something special. It just looked like, yes, it's a Jordan 4, and guess what? You got the white and you got the black colorway. What immediately came over me is I compare this with anything, and we can talk about that later. People keep saying that this White Thunder should be called Pandas, should be nicknamed Pandas. In my opinion, that's a no. Pandas should be left with the Dunk. But I do have a idea of what it could be. Whether it takes, we don't know. We'll find out, but I'll let you know later. Quality of this sneaker is interesting because it is £190. So the expectation is basically that you got a high-end product because £190 is nothing to turn your nose up at, because that's a lot of money, to be honest. That's a lot of money. When you get these sneakers at £190, over $200 as standard, it's a shame that you see quality issues. At least the Jumpman, there's no color bleed. But you can see that white speck there. That shouldn't be there. More color bleed. Black to white. You can see that in between. Not great. What is that? Look at that print. What is that? Look at that. Same on the right. Got this imprint. Can you see that? Don't know what that is. But this is what we were talking about. Quality control. 190 quid. Not cheap. Should you buy these trainers? Now a week has gone past. The hype is now gone after the fact that it all sold out. The hype was more to do with it selling out rather than the actual Jordan itself, which is, I find funny. You know, everyone's like, oh, it's all sold out, it's all sold out. And you're thinking, okay, that's fine. That's fine. People like that particular trainer. So, you know, that's good. The good thing about this trainer is how versatile it is. And for me, black and white, you can't go wrong. So I bought these personally on the basis that I've got my breads and I've got my Jordan canvases, and I find that I don't wear them as much. These particular trainers, because of the black and white colorway, I'm going to wear this more often, and I'm 100% going to do that on the basis that it can go with a lot of stuff.
I'm way too to be worried about what I say about me. I'm way too fly to be coming down dishing out game for the free. I'm way too fly not to go and run the numbers up and hit them with a fee. You way too dry to be hating on the dripping who they wanna be. I'm ran up my partners, I'm too activated now. They know
so whether you got jeans, whether you got tracksuit bottoms,
she gon' let me rub it, flip it, smack it, lay it down. Big racks on the line, beefing with a bum, yapping on the gram.
Whether you got car keys, whether you got truck. not straight up suit like trousers. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, but you know what I mean. So you got a lot that you can wear this with, and therefore it's versatile. So is it worth buying it now? Okay, and if you look at the resale market, they're around the 200 in UK money, around the 230 mark, which is £40 more than retail. Is it worth it? If you like Jordan 4s and you think, okay, this is a Jordan 4 that I know I'm going to wear more on the basis that the color is more versatile and therefore I can go with more stuff in my wardrobe, then I would say yes.
Up and hit 'em with a feel way too dry to be hating on the dripping. Who they wanna be, I'm rated up my I be diddy popping now. Here for the week, I got the city popping now. We done heard it all, tell them they ain't saying nothing. You can't put the money down, we ain't even coming. Phone line jumping, going gold.
I've talked about why these sneakers shouldn't be called pandas. That should be left for the dunks, yeah? And I've also highlighted that the ratio of white to black suits a panda, because if you look at a panda, you got more white than black. Okay, so what animal do you think we could call these? The panda dunks sound good, and maybe because of the syllables, panda dunks. But for these, there's more black than white. So what animal has more black than white? Me personally, I think we could call these the magpies. Now you might think, what, magpies? But you know, they can't. That's magpie falls. What's wrong with that? Magpie falls. That sounds good. If that catches on, brilliant. Like, come on, you bring me into the marketing team. Yeah, I think that sounds good. You let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, because that helps me a lot. You know, if you like my videos, don't forget to like as well, and then comment below. Let me know what you think about the magpies. And like that, I'm gone.